welcome to another episode of Tokyo Reds. We are Liverpool fans based in the land of the rising sun, and get in. Liverpool beat Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park 4-2. Crazy game, but a very, very, very good result. Today we are in the absolutely stunning Hibiya Park, which is, I don't know, kind of like Central Park in New York. It's kind of right dead in the centre of the city, and it's really cool. They have a lot of festivals here, beer festivals, all that kind of stuff. It's good, nice place. So a lot of information will be in the description below. So yeah, crazy game, John. Great result. What was it? What were your thoughts on the match overall?
It was great. Obviously we conceded too, but like in watching the game, I didn't think we were going to lose the game. Yeah. Like I think we've just become that team now where we're going to concede. I know we're going to concede, but I have faith in them that we're going to score more, and that's what we did. So I think it was a brilliant game.
Yeah, fair enough. Tom?
Yeah, same feeling. The worst result I could see happening was a draw. When they pegged us back twice, maybe they'll draw it, even at 3-2, but I could never see us losing the game.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I thought we were really, really good. Obviously a bit shaky on the back, which we're going to obviously get into. But no, I enjoyed the game, definitely. So it was a 6-goal thriller, so we're going to talk about the goals, obviously. So the first goal, nice to score early. A nice Coutinho played out wide to Moreno. Moreno plays a first-time pass over to Chan, and Chan kind of deflected goal, but hits it into the bottom corner. Good goal.
Yeah, really good goal. I think that's what you get with Chan, to be honest with you. I prefer Wijnaldum, but Wijnaldum, he does the midfield stuff really, really well. But going forwards, he's almost like kind of a Scholes without, the foot on him. He just kind of stays outside the box. He doesn't really come in, whereas Chan is just kind of like a locomotive. He just keeps on going forwards no matter who gets in his way. But yeah, it was a really, really good goal. It was good to see Moreno. Klopp must have just said, just watch Milner, just do that, do that and stop doing what you were doing. And I thought, it was a good assist and a good goal.
Yeah, fair enough. It was good to see Chan get off the mark.
It was really good to see, and kind of like what John was saying, in that goal, I mean, Coutinho's obviously been amazing, but two people involved, Moreno and Chan, they've both not been great this season, to be kind to them, but Moreno is really good to see because he was replacing Milner. He offered the pace so he could get forward, and obviously he's naturally left-footed. Really, really well done to him in the assist, but also Chan, good to see because he came close against United. If it wasn't for De Gea, he would have scored that. But yeah, it was a really well worked goal, and just good to see from the team. Good for Chan as well.
Yeah, it started off really, really well, and didn't last very long. Didn't last long at all. 1 minute later, Crystal Palace, just really, really annoying. Ball comes in, Matip heads it to Lovren. Lovren slices it right in the air, and McCarthy just runs onto it, heads it in. It's just classic Liverpool goal to concede. Really, really annoying. So, what the fuck was Lovren thinking?
It's just like, it looks like a lapse in judgment. Maybe he had a bit of a Ibrahimovic moment, just got lost in Karius' eyes, couldn't quite control the ball. But it was ridiculous, wasn't it? And you see, that's happened to us so many times as well. Like, I remember Torre he couldn't stop doing it. Loved it, didn't he? Speaking of Karius, though, I think, he had the 50-50 of where he could put his arms. Like, if it comes down to... Who scored the goal again? I can't remember. McCarthy, that was it. If it comes a bit further down, McCarthy's going to go down. Puts his hands down, goes... So he's either going to put his hands up or down. He chose wrong, didn't he? But it's a good goal by McCarthy, but it was just sloppy concentration from Lovren.
Yeah, it's just crazy. The shortest man on the pitch, well, for Crystal Palace anyway. Scores with his head.
It was crazy. Again, I mean, like a lot of the goals we've conceded recently. I mean, not West Brom, but who was Leicester. Just games like that where we're conceding goals that we're almost gifting them to the opposition. It's not that the opposition have actually deserved the goals. They're just capitalising on our mistakes. So that was really frustrating. It was like, this is needless. We've dominated. That was really careless. In fairness to Lovren, he picked himself up. But, yeah, silly defending, and they really need to eradicate this.
No, I think you're completely right. You know, if we can get rid of those mistakes out of our game, I mean, mistakes happen. They just seem to happen every week. You know what I mean? But like, no, I think we're certainly on to a good thing. Obviously, we're one of the favourites for the title at the moment. But like, it is really, really annoying when you've controlled the game. The teams aren't able to break us down. We just kind of give them a goal and let teams back in the game. But thankfully, we scored one again in the first half. First half was mental. Yeah, great delivery, corner by Philip Coutinho, and Lovren scores. Did he make up for his big mistake?
Yeah, I mean, it's still there, isn't it? But yeah, he made up for it. It was a powerful header. Good to see Coutinho beating the first man on the corner. Couldn't do that for a long time. Yeah, and he made up for it. You could see it meant a lot to him as well when he scored, because he's just like, fuck him, thank God for that, But I think there's just this belief now in the team where someone scores and it's kind of like, so, because it's like, we are going to score about 4 to 5 goals against you, give or take.
Yeah, massively. And yeah, we scored from a corner. We don't usually do that.
I was going to say, I mean, we scored twice in the game from corners, but I mean, well done to Coutinho. Great delivery again, involved in the goal. He's involved in the first goal, involved in the second. Great delivery. Lovren, kind of like what John was saying, it's really good to see. And it's good things. I remember the West Ham game last season when he makes that mistake. He didn't recover from it, and not just that game. It affected him a couple of games after. But just to see him go and score within minutes of making a mistake, we regain the lead. All of a sudden, that belief's there, and it's like, right, it's a mistake, but we've corrected it.
Yeah, fair enough. For me, like we've been screaming out for a decent corner taker, and yeah, it's kind of weird because Coutinho did have a bad patch with him for a while, where he couldn't beat the first man. But hey, like, we seem to have that corner taker now, which is fantastic. You know what I mean? Which is good, because Hendo, it's been like Henderson, Henderson, maybe Lallana, Milner's taking him as well, but. If we need I think you should always have like a set corner taker. Do you know what I mean? And obviously we had it with Gerrard for such a long time, and it's good for Coutinho to be able to do them. However, yeah, we took the lead, but again, Crystal Palace came back, and it was to be fair, great good cross by Zaha, and it's headed in by again MacArthur, one of the smallest players on the pitch. Yeah, well, again, do you think Lovren was to blame for this one?
He does kind of lose his man a bit too easily. So it's bad. Like you were saying earlier about Benteke, like a lot of people run towards him because obviously he's like the biggest guy in the pitch, right? So when balls are getting lofted in, but yeah, again, it was just poor decision making. I think that's just been our defensive woes. It's not that we've got bad defenders. It's just they just make strange decisions sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of hype was made about Benteke against Liverpool, and I do think that might have been a big factor in that goal.
You were saying earlier, and that's the thing with Benteke. We were so obsessed with marking him. In fairness, we did keep him out the game. We really did. He got maybe one shot in the whole match, but yeah, that was really frustrating to see the shortest guy getting the header. I'm going to be critical here, even though I thought he had a good game. It was good to see him back, but Moreno, I think he could have closed down. I think he could have blocked that cross. When I was watching it, I was like, just block him, just try and tackle. The cross wasn't inside the box, so even if, I guess he doesn't want to commit himself to a tackle, but if he can just block it, just make it more difficult, because it's almost like a free cross, and yeah.
Run further to like...
But... And yeah, it's just one of those where it's like that. In fairness, it's a good cross. It's a good cross. It's a good header, but yeah, we could have done better again.
No, I think that's a good point. I think Moreno, you watch it back, and he does kind of it's a really half-assed attempt to clear to block the cross. So yeah, fair enough, not doing his job there, to be fair. However, we scored again just before half-time. Yeah, another perfect corner by Coutinho, and this time gets to Matip. Matip towers over everybody, nods it in. And it's impossible to talk about a heading goal without doing an action, for me anyway. But yeah, very good timing, right?
Yeah, it was kind of Hibiya-esque, wasn't it? Yeah, he just jumps. But to be fair, though, he's not even marked. Like, if you watch it again, he's got no marking on him, so it's just a free header. It's really, like, if I was a Crystal Palace fan, I'd be so angry at that goal. because nobody's marking him, and then he headers it straight at the goalkeeper, and it still goes in. You know, it's like, but yeah, it was great, and it was really good to get him on the score sheet as well, because I think he's been a bit of an unsung hero recently, because he's been so good. You know, he's really like sorted our defensive. He's helped our defense a lot more recently.
Yeah, I think, you know, like John says, you know, it's good to see Matip get the goal. He has deserved one, wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely. Great to see. He's been so consistent at the back. He's solid every match. Every match, that's the thing. Like, Lovren really like him, but, you know, there's the odd mistake here and there. Moreno, well. But, yeah, it was a really good header. And, yeah, he was unmarked, but he did his job. And I think it was just that powerful. I'm sorry, I'm doing the heading action now, but it was just that powerful that, yeah, it's right at the keeper, but the keeper just... he just wouldn't have been able to stop it as fast and power, and just, yeah, it's just great to see. And it was good to see because just before half time, it's like you've got yourself back in this twice, but for a third time we've regained the lead. That's going to be at that point, I think it's starting to wear them down a bit.
Yeah, it was giving me memories of the Norwich game last season. Do you know what I mean? I was like, this is going to turn into a mad one. This, like, however, you know, it calmed down at half time a little bit. You know what I mean? Second half was a little bit more chilled out. But to be fair to Crystal Palace, they had some chances. Karius denied Benteke and Cabaye. Would you argue this was Karius' best performance so far for the Reds?
Well, yeah, he had something to do, didn't he? You know, like for the last few weeks, he's had not much to do. Especially against Man United. Yeah, no. To be fair, he did stop. Like Benteke's shot was pretty well saved. He did all right actually. It was just those two, and again, you can't really like. None of us blamed him for those goals, you know. So it was just nothing you could. I think that's been the problem with Karius since he's come. Like every goal he's conceded, there's not much he can actually do about it, you know. So it's like you can't blame him.
No, it's true. It is true. So, like, another talking point was Wilfried Zaha went down in the box twice. Like, I don't understand. Like, if a player goes down and it looks like he's dived, and the referee doesn't give a penalty, how is he not getting booked?
Yeah, exactly. You need to book them, or you need to give a penalty. I'm happy they didn't give a penalty, but yeah, it's one of those with Zaha. The first one, definitely not. The first incident, in fast motion, I'm never sure. And that's what, of course, tricks a lot of refs. In fast motion, you don't know. Second one, that's 50-50. But then again, if it's 50-50, as a ref, you have to give it to the defending team. So in that case, no, I think they would have been lucky to get one of those two penalties. And I think he should have been booked for the first incident, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know, if he gets booked for the first incident, he doesn't do the second one, do you know what I mean? And yeah, the Benteke one, bang on 50-50, mate. There's no, you can't make a decision on based on that.
I think why it's not really given as a foul as a card as well, because he just outstrengths him. You know, he's not actually pushing him. It's just because you know, all right, it's non-contact, but you are gonna there is a bit of pushing and shoving, and that's kind of giving leeway. Whereas if he's like pushing them over, then it's like, yeah, fucking. But he's just too strong for him, and then he just falls down.
I thought it was a dive, but yeah, that's what you get from being brought up in the Man United academy. Okay, so yeah, and you know, like I say, second half was quite chilled out. We ended up scoring a beautiful goal, absolutely stunning. Through ball from Henderson, and Firmino with a first-time chip over the keeper. What a ball from Hendo!
Yeah, it was a good ball, really, really good ball. It was a good goal as well. Yeah, it was just out of this world. It's mad because he's like the quintessential Brazilian that you grew up, that you wanted. You know what I mean? He's got like crazy haircut. You know, he looks boss. You know, but he's got all the tricks and all like the flair that you always want. You know, for a long time. And no offense to them, but we had Lucas and Aurelio. You know, that's not what you really think of when you think Brazilian. So now we've got like two, I don't want to say authentic Brazilians, but you know, these players that are just, oh my God, they're so good. But yeah, it was a good pass.
No, it really, really, really was. And you know, it's nice to finish teams off for a change. You know?
It was really nice because, yeah, I mean, 3-2, it's always edgy, especially because they're the home side. Fans are really cheering them on, and yeah, they weren't penalties, but they had come at us. You know, they've been causing us problems. So just to get that goal, I was watching the time. I think it was 70 minutes. I think so. We've got another 20 minutes to go. I felt very safe once we got that. But Hendo, great pass, but I think obviously he doesn't finish it, but it's just really good vision because he puts the pass through. It was literally Firmino. He runs through. He's one-on-one. That forces the keeper to come out. The keeper doesn't have to come out, but the keeper coming out, it's like, oh, right, force him into a shot, or he's going to take it round him. I mean, that confidence. I love the way he just literally looks up. Yeah, right. You want to come out? A little dink over. Such a cool finish. Even before he shoots, I'm like, he's going to score. I'm so confident. Really well. Yeah, sorry, I'm so happy I can't even articulate myself now. But no, it's just brilliant to see. Well done to Hendo. Well done to Firmino. And at that point, I think, yeah, 3 points going back to Anfield.
No, fair enough. It's good. It's good, 4 different goal scorers as well, John.
Yeah. I was looking at the stats as well. Like, I think it's like Firmino's got 4, Mane's got 4, Coutinho's got 4, Milner's got 4. Then I can't remember who's next with 3. And it shows you that, like, how many threats we've got on the pitch. And like, we're just a team that can score goals. And I think that's the first time in my lifetime where we've got, like, goals are coming from anywhere.
No, it's true, man. We've always had that focal point up front, where it was Robbie Fowler, where it was Michael Owen, where it was Torres, where it was Suarez, and obviously Steven Gerrard as well. So it's good to have so many players that are dangerous on the pitch, you know what I mean? Okay, so, yeah, Tom, who would you say? It's a bit of a tricky one to think of, really. Who would you say is your man of the match?
There were a couple of standout players. I mean, Henderson had a really good game. I think it was the BBC, they were saying he made 8 tackles. That was most for any Liverpool player this season. And that's the thing, right? He doesn't score in the match, but yeah, the amount of times he was dispossessing them or breaking up their play when they were coming at us. Obviously, excellent pass for the Firmino goal. But for me, it's got to be Coutinho. It's got to be Coutinho. He's involved in every goal. He was unlucky not to get a goal himself, but he's just been incredible. He's such an impact. When you have him on the pitch, he can win a match for you. Literally, you could be having a bad day, he can win a match for you, like Stoke a couple of seasons ago. He's just fantastic.
Yeah, no, I have to agree. To be honest, I can't look past Coutinho. I thought he was, we waxed lyrical about him a lot last week, and he's just taking that step up, and he's just becoming a phenomenal player now. Absolutely. Oh God, I love him so much. John,
I'm gonna go with Firmino. I mean, to be honest with you, my heart probably. Yeah, Coutinho was the best player, but just for me, I think Firmino just brings the best out in Coutinho. And I think since he's come, they've just got like this really great partnership. And we've been lucky because Mane's just fit into that, so there's 3 of them. But just with Firmino, just his finishing, just how he receives the ball, how he distributes it, and just how easily he changes as well. Like, he'll just, I mean, the 3 of them do it, to be fair, where they just always change in position, so you can't really mark one of them. I was a bit scared this season because we didn't get a striker. And I thought, we can't do anything with these guys, and just how well they've 2 been doing. I was gutted, like, Ibrahimovic. I was like, oh, if we get him, that would be awesome. But he didn't want to go to a team that's in 8th position, so... Man United again? I don't know. But yeah.
no, all good points, boys, all good points. It was a very good day for the Brazilians, and it was a very good day for Liverpool, and, when Liverpool win, we all win, so that's good stuff. So there we go. Happy days, still technically top of the league, kind of. And yeah, good game, and we're very, very happy indeed. So thank you very much for watching today. If you've enjoyed it, drop a like, share as well. If you've got friends who you think would be interested in this video, let them know about it. Share it on Facebook and all that on your social medias, and get involved as much as you can, because I think we're building a pretty good community on here. Thanks for all the comments and all the people who have been involved so far. Also check out the website, TokyoReds.com. And we will see you next time for the Watford game. Nice one. Up the Reds.